season, but we continue to run the ball, I think we will go a long way.
Yeah, because sometimes, like I tell people, our MO is running the ball. We don't have to throw it 40 or 50 times. That's not who we are. And sometimes, he's not Patrick Holmes, he's Lamar, and you got Dave. What do you think we need to do? Besides, obviously.
I mean, obviously run the ball, but I'm starting to think we need to get Dez the ball more. He's not let us down yet. Like, I'm very pleased with him so far. That wide open pass in the end zone was great, though. I thought that was good. Yeah, it was really good.
Well, that was my initial feeling, that I thought when we got Daz, he'd be a good red zone threat. I mean, in the middle of the field, he's not going to run anybody, but I think he'd be great in the red zone because he's got a big body and he's got that veteran experience and he knows how to get open. So the red zone, where's he at? Okay, Jonathan, who you want to see in the playoffs?
What's that?
Who you want to see in the playoffs?
Well, I think I said this a week or two ago. My dream scenario, and it's possible to happen, is that we play the Steelers, the Chiefs, and the Titans, and exercise the demons of the past 2 years, and beat these guys and knock them all out of the playoffs, and kind of, I don't want the easy road. I want to prove that we should be in the Super Bowl, and that's the road. And there's scenarios where that could definitely happen.
Hey, Dave.
I'm actually on board with that. I love that idea. Depending on the seeding, also, would that make us a home game for the AFC Championship?
No.
No.
Very slim. No, we can't. We got to get past the first 3 seeds. The Bills, the Steelers, home game. But anyway.
Yeah, got it. And the Titans being I got it.
If we did it that way, we would play the Titans in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Who would you rather?
I agree with the guys. I think Steelers first, Titans, then Kansas City.
Well, I'm changing the narrative. I want the Titans first. After we lost to them, I want to get the Titans first. Okay. And my feelings is, and I told people, to beat teams like the Titans and Kansas City, we cannot get in a shootout with Kansas City. The only thing is drive the ball, take up 6 minutes off the clock and just move it down the field, and keep Mahomes on the field. That's the only way. If it gets up in the 30s or 40s, we're in trouble. But if we grind it out, 8-minute drives, 7-minute drives, Mahomes sitting on the sideline, that'll be fine. I want to see the Titans, and so that's the last loss I saw walking out of that stadium, and I was not happy. Selena, what's up at Boykin's weekly catch? That's been a common theme on Facebook and on his page. I don't get it. He gets weekly
say
catch.
It again.
Boykin gets like 1 catch a game, and then you never hear from him. And I'm like, that can't be a coincidence, can it? What is it? I don't know.
Boykin, I don't know. He's really good, but it's like we're waiting for him to explode or do something really magnificent, but we have yet to see it. I like him as a wide receiver, but I really want to see more. I do. I really want to see more.
Well, at the beginning of the season, this fan was the first, before the season started, he was trashing Boykin. And I put my credibility, I said, Boykin will have a big season. I said, have about 50 or 60 catches. And I remember the guy's name. And I sent him a private message. I said, look, buddy, you were right. I was disappointed. What do you think, Dave? But it can't be coincidence.
No, and it's funny because, you look at Boykin's numbers over the week. 1 catch, 13 yards. He was targeted twice. But yeah, he had that 1 catch. So, and again, Mark Andrews was the lead receiver with 6 receptions, 76 yards. So,
hey, yeah, John, what do you think about that? Because I put on my page, one of these days, some teams is going to shut down Andrews and see who else can beat us in the pass game. Obviously, we can run the ball. But one of these days, teams say, we're going to shut Andrews down and see what happens.
Yeah, and what's funny is Boykin got that catch in the first drive of the game. It was like the
Right.
third play almost, I think. And I think I might have texted you that
Yeah,
you texted me or whatever,
Yeah, I
saying there's
texted
that
you.
one catch. And I was like, this has to be the game. This has to be the game where he
That's
gets
gonna happen.
more catches because he got it so early.
Right.
And at the end of the game, I after the win and stuff, I was like, wait a minute. And I went on to the NFL page and I was looking down the stats. I was like, I think that was his one catch. And it sure was. And I was like, I can't. And I think it's just as much as he doesn't seem to get the targets and get the catches, he's out there a lot because I think he's a great blocker at wide receiver.
Right.
And so I think maybe think about this. When they have those big runs, Lamar's running free, look for Boykins blocking somebody because he probably is one of the wide receivers knocking someone over there. And so take it for what it is. But I mean, wide receiver is supposed to catch balls though. So
yes. So he caught he caught the ball. But anyway, Selena, let's talk about our defense. I like the sacks, but I was concerned about our secondary in that game. It seemed like they was getting up a lot of cushion. What are your thoughts on that against the Giants? And it happened before, but but it seemed like the secondary was getting a lot of cushion. They had no elite receivers either, in my opinion.
Yeah, true. You were talking to me.
Yeah, Selena, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, well, the secondary. I was a little worried with us not having Marcus playing and then Fruit Punch kind of having a little injury.
Right.
But I don't even know what words to use to describe it.
Well, I think Peters out is a big deal.
He was missed. He was definitely missed. And Marlon is really good back and forth across the field, but he can't be everywhere at every time. And after the injury, and you could tell that he was a little hurt, and it kind of worried me a little bit because he wouldn't be, as mobile as he usually is. Right. But hopefully, this next game that's coming up, everybody will be healthy and playing, and I think we're going to be great. I do.
Yeah, Dave, what do you think? I appreciate the sacks, but it just seemed like the secondary was getting a lot of cushion.
Yeah.
Second half just looked that way.
Like Selena mentioned, when Marlon went out for a couple series, and then the Jimmy Smith, like me and a friend of mine have this ongoing running joke. He misses 6 games a year, and he needs to hit that quota, and then he's in for the rest of the year. Doesn't matter what. So if it's either the first 6 games or if it's 2, 2, and 2, but once he hits that quota, he's good for the rest of the year. So I think he's at that quota. So I think he'll be and when he's in, he's good. And and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for having him back. Hopefully it's the Bengals. If not, I'm hoping to see him in the playoffs. But yeah, him and Peters were sorely missed this game.
What do you think, John?
I think not having Peters puts pressure on them, but I think really Jimmy Smith is their physical receiver. Humphreys is physical as well, but like Selena said, he can only cover one person at a time.
Right.
And so I think having Jimmy Smith in there gives you that second physical guy. But fingers crossed, like Dave said, I think they can rest Jimmy again this week if they need to. And it's funny, we haven't mentioned the Bengals at all. We're playing it. This video will not age well if we lose the Bengals this week. But I think with Peters back, with Smith back going into the playoffs, I think those guys need to stay healthy along with Marlon to go up against a team like the Chiefs and win, because they need those physical receivers or physical defensive backs to be able to hold up those receivers long enough for the pass rush to get there. And fingers crossed, they're all healthy, ready to go for this playoff run.
Isn't that an oxymoron? Jimmy's physical, physical Jimmy Smith.
Well, maybe that's why he's injured all the time, because he's such a physical. He plays so physical that he's always getting banged up. So it's he's. Like you said last week, he's one of those long-term Ravens. I mean, I remember him, on the Super Bowl team, and he's been around for so long, but it's kind of, you forget about him sometimes because he's in and out so much.
Yeah, I think if he'd have played, he'd be potential Hall of Famer, I think. if he'd been available, because availability is the key.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I think he'd have been possibly a Hall of Famer if he'd stayed in. What do you think of Dave? What do you think about playing the Bengals? Because I think we've been down this road before. Playoffs, beat the Bengals, 4th and 12. But anyway, it's New Year's Eve. But anyway, Dave,
I was
I
at that game. They were calling for 13 degrees Fahrenheit. I got there and it was 4. And if anybody's ever seen me on game day, I've had my face painted all the time. We're trying to get my face paint, and the brushes and the sponges were frozen. We couldn't do anything that game. And I spent like halftime in the bathroom because it was 60 degrees in the bathroom. But yeah, I'm feeling much better this year than I did that year.
But But you remember they moved that game from 1 o'clock, and it kind of messed them up.
Yes, they did.
It was supposed to be 1 o'clock. They moved it to 4, and then I went to a New Year's party, Captain D, and that's a whole. But anyway, Selena, what do you think of playing the Bengals? I guess we could ask the Steelers, but anyway.
I think we're going to win this game. The momentum, I think, is there. I believe is there. Okay, everybody's looking for them to be the spoiler team, but
Right.
I'm gonna push all of those old wives' tales and those jinxes out, and I'm gonna keep hope alive and keep faith. Play like a Raven, and I think that's what they're gonna do.
Well-
I think we're gonna win this game.
Well, Celine, what I think about is watch out for the fake punts, watch out for the end arounds. The Bengals aren't going anywhere, and what better way is knock off? 4th and 4, we going for it. We ain't punting. So I would be on alert for all that kind of nonsense. Onside kick coming out of halftime, they got the ball. I'll be ready for the onside kick. But you're right.
Right. I think they're gonna be on high alert.
Yeah, we got this in the bag, John. We can book it.
Some years I'm not as confident about that, and to maybe this it says bad about me as a Raven. No, that game with the 4th and 12. My wife's from Cincinnati, and she's a Bengals fan, but not super into football. And
right.
We were supposed to go to that game, and we ate at a place in Baltimore, and then went out to leave to go to the game, and we got outside, and I was like, we could probably watch this at home. It's really cold. I've been to so many cold games that I was just like, you know what? We can watch this at home. And I'm so glad I did, because I would have been so mad at that, being there, freezing to death, and then watching that happen. But I am not worried at all about that. This team is playing like they should and up to their potential right now. And when I said last week, when this team plays up to their potential, they just wreck bad teams. And the Bengals are not a good team. And I unless they fumble it a bunch and make a lot of bad mistakes, I think this game is going to be close to over by halftime in terms of just we're going to walk down the field, score, and they're not going to have a lot on offense for us. So,
well, like I always put on my face, bad teams, you got to put them away early so they don't have no confidence. You got to, like the Giants, you got to put them away early. Hey, guys, ain't going to stop us. There won't be no comeback. But, sometimes Greg Roman's got to get cute. Well, let me show you Lamar if he wants. Sometimes I'm like, just run the ball. But anyway, Selena, you got a score prediction? What do you think?
Nope. I don't. I just want the W.
Okay. Well, I said 35-10, and I think I put on return a pick for a touchdown. I don't know who, but somebody's going to return a touchdown.
Okay.
But anyway, that's all I got. Hey, and I appreciate everybody. And
it was fun.
Hey, I appreciate your input, Selena. Really good. I really appreciate.
Thank you for the invite.
To get their input. But anyway, it'll be public, and you will see it, and hopefully all look good. And thank you very much. And will I see you after New Year's next week? It'll be after New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh,
we got to get ready for playoffs.
This is the last time in 220.
Yep. This is the last show for 2020.
And I'm glad. So you guys take it easy, and I'm out of here.
All right. Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we off now.